Welcome to the Sunset Archon channel, where we aspire to gain from night to first light. And today, we will be continuing Genshin Impact version 2.8 with Hidden Strife. Diluc, another Diluc event. And as you can see, it's not just the gameplay this time. I am still streaming on the PS5, but I am using PS Remote Play so I can actually get all of my overlays into OBS. Now, because of that, it's just another screen on my computer that takes up bandwidth, so you might notice some freezing and audio glitches. So, if you do hear that, please let me know in the chat and also in the comments later, just so I can keep track of everything, because I'm going to do 2 Genshin Impact streams this weekend. This one using
the scenery is wonderful.
PS Remote Play,
surely enough to
and another one
to become a wanderer.
using my usual capture card. Just want to make sure everything is in line and there aren't any glitches. Alright. It's looking good so far. Well, it's not a bad thing. Actually, it's good not to start a stream with headphones on, because at that time you don't know how loud the audio is going to be. Better safe than sorry.
Into the wind.
Gotta protect those ears, right? Alright. So we're just slowly making our way back to Mondstadt as we purchase everything we can along the way. So, how is everyone doing this fine weekend?
Follow the wind.
Oh, wow. Alright, and with that, we are done with Inazuma, heading into Liyue. Oh, I'm doing great. After I managed to finally get that widget at the bottom of this screen working, things went great. And for tomorrow's stream, we will officially reach 2,000 stir-fried fillets. Or fillets. Really gotta look up the pronunciation of that word. I know fillet. I just don't know if it's a homophone. Homophone, 2 words that sound the same, but have different meanings. Excuse me. Alright, so there's a little bit of lag here. Yes, the lag is sporadic, but it only lasts for almost a second. But still, that second can end up being something important in the long run. So it's good for me to document it as much as I can now. Yes. Hang on, I'll type both words in the chat. One has one L and and the other has 2. Honestly, it is not hard for me to play with a controller. I have been playing with a controller for well over a decade. Constantly, consistently. I rarely play games on PC without a controller unless it doesn't have a control scheme. So it was much easier for me to do all of the Drum Along Festival songs perfectly on a controller than it would have been for me to figure out how to play it on a keyboard. It was very interesting and very fulfilling when I actually completed that. Keep seeing all these games that only have keyboard input, but now I feel like when I finished that, it made me feel like all of my gaming on controller only was worth it. I made good use of all my wisdom. That's how I was able to complete all of those puzzles in Summertime Odyssey without any issue. I even thought of some ways on how to skip stuff. Alright. Next stop, launch you in. And now you know the drill. Gotta love doing that. Unfortunately, we cannot pick this up.
Luck is not on my side.
I'm pretty sure you already know this, Kyo, but I have 10,013 Sunsetia. Of course I can't pick it up. Hard to believe it's been a year since I actively started maxing out my inventory.
Time to go.
Red, smart as short.
Time to go.
Well, actually, believe it or not, there are some people that write their M's and N's that look like H's. So, I'm not gonna give her flack for that. I've seen it myself.
Stop copying.
Another Sunsetia. Okay, so once I max out my sugar again and collect a few more 100 berries, then I will start processing a lot of my berries, my sugar, and my Sunsetia into jam to see if I can max that out. And then we can start collecting Sunsetia again. Road to Sunsetia 3 is not far off. They just keep coming. And Kazuha is going to end up being the reason I max out my foul. Alright, got everything we need from over here.
Time to go.
Alright. More Sunsetia. Okay, and to anyone that plays either single player or does a lot of co-op, if you come into this area a lot, can you please tell me if you usually find carrots around this area? Because I've been finding carrots right here every time on the off chance that I do co-op for a while now. But I never see them in my world. Just wanted to point that out. Alright. 2 crystal flies ahead. Oh. Didn't mean to go to that screen.
Wind Strider.
Going down to get some of Pops' tea. Go there dozens of times a day for axolotls, yep. Every time you play Genshin, your friend immediately sends a request. Wow. There are really people that camp on their friends list.
Time to go.
I did not see that coming. Oh, you want to see how much more I have? I currently have 15,459,680 more. Investigate things by my house. Carrots. Alrighty. And now we're just gonna walk over here.
Time to go.
It's much faster to go like this than just running. You can pretty much do this with Kazuha or Changyun. We're giving up on so many Sunsetia this stream. Beautiful.
Torn to oblivion.
that. I'm satisfied. And we almost made it. The Dawn Winery.
There is no escape!
Wind strike. As one with wind and cloud.
Alright. My Sayu survived the fight.
I'm out of here!
Alright, now we go around. Got him. Damage? Oh, right, the damage.
Time to go.
I'll be honest with you, it's nice being able to see how much damage you can get. Personally, I do the same thing in Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, but for some reason in this game, I just fight for the thrill of battle. I don't even pay attention to how much damage I'm doing, I just look at that little health bar and worry about not getting hit. Ah, yeah. Jump to end the skill faster. Yes. That's the same thing I do in Paper Mario. That's good to know. Hmm.
Yes, I see. Hopefully we'll have...
There we go. Oh,
It can't be.
good to know. A new spot to farm.
Crumble!
One with nature.
And there are crystal flies up here.
It can't be.
Good day to you both. It's been quite a long time. You're looking well as ever.
Hi, Adeline!
To what do we owe the honor today? Important business to discuss with Master Diluc, I presume?
Grape juice, actually.
That's right! Adeline, since we've run into you, maybe we could just get you to help us with this one. We always miss the winery's discount grape juice, so this time we decided to come here early. Can you reserve a bottle for us? We'll pay a deposit, just name the price.
Of course I can, and no deposit necessary. But I'm afraid you might be in for quite a wait. Dawn Winery's discount grape juice takes a long time to make. Every summer, Master Diluc handpicks 2 barrels of the finest grapes to turn into juice.
What? Why sell the good stuff at a low price? Shouldn't the best grapes be the most expensive?
Master has never explained his reasoning. If I had to guess, the discount could be a marketing technique. Special deals always attract customers. Perhaps Master hopes to increase the popularity of fruit juice so that people have more options when it comes to drinking. It makes an ideal alternative for the heaviest drinkers because they won't get drunk and start causing mischief. At the same time, those who don't drink alcohol get the chance to try something new.
Wouldn't that harm the winery's business?
Master Diluc isn't all about money. I think he would prefer to see people drinking in moderation than chase bigger profits at any cost. Imagine if everyone could just enjoy a nice glass of wine and have a good time while keeping their wits about them and not creating trouble for others. Now, wouldn't that be a miracle?
It's not about the money. It's about sending a message.
Wow, Master Diluc's such a thoughtful guy. So, is Diluc picking out this year's grapes right now?
Not just yet. He has a few more issues to sort out first. He'll start the process as soon as those are out of the way. If you're interested, I'm sure Master Diluc would be delighted to see you and hear your thoughts.
What issues?
As you know, whenever Master Diluc catches wind of any unsavory guests showing up in Mondstadt, he takes it upon himself to go and greet them in person. It's the same story today.
Sounds like the Mafia. Greet. Hello, Aratilis. Welcome.
He should be somewhere near Falcon Coast. I'm not sure how long he'll be. In the meantime, would you like to take a seat inside? I have to stay here and wait for some other guests, but Hilly and Mako will be glad to take care of you.
Unsavory guests? What is that supposed to mean?
Heard an echo? Alright. Thank you for reminding me. Now let's see. Guess it has something to do with Diluc's part-time job.
Huh? You mean the dark and evil Abyss Order are up to no good again? In that case, Master Diluc's our friend. We can't sit here and do nothing.
If you're happy to help, that would be wonderful. Master trusts you after all, and you're both very capable.
Hold on. You did it? You got 5,000 Valberries? Congratulations! Bravo! Now you just need 4,989 more to get the not-so maximum. Actually, no. 9,999 is the maximum for Valberries right now. As long as you can't get them in expeditions. But give me one moment, Kyo. You just reminded me. Alright. So the reason you're hearing the echo is because you're hearing the audio from being streamed, and then the audio coming from the speakers is going into my microphone. But I can put headphones on, connect it to my controller, then the audio will only come from the headphones and you won't hear the echo anymore. So let's see.
I know he'd appreciate a helping hand.
No biggie! The sooner Master Diluc is free, the sooner we can get a taste of that delicious grape juice. Come on! Let's go to the Falcon Coast!
Alright, let me know if you hear it.
That's not bad.
Marvelous.
Time to go.
To Falcon Coast we go. But first we're going to raid the winery.
Quake!
And now we're back to our normal team.
Time to go.
If it wasn't for all of these patches of radishes and carrots here, it would take me forever to max that out. Yes, it was fast. Because of that shortcut, the shortcut editor that they added, now I was able to put my team roster right up there. So now I just have to wait for that to load. I already know where my teams are, so I just have to press L1 or R1, then square, then circle. I don't even have to wait for the models to load. It is absolutely beautiful. Alrighty.
Time to go.
Just gonna collect these 4 apples, then we'll head to Falcon Coast. Nope, not helping him. Not helping Leanne. Hmm? Sorry, it just looked redder over here than usual.
Wind Strife.
Shine down! Got something for you. You're stuck now.
Taking a stroll in the middle
no.
of a downpour certainly rouses the spirit. But it's best to dry your
Oh,
clothes.
wonderful. The crabs are still here. What is my favorite region? Let's see. That is a good question. Because we haven't really explored all of Mondstadt yet. And Liyue has a great deal of history. Also the fact that I figured out crab spawn there. Oh. That's new. And then Inazuma provided a new weather pattern, that's for sure. Perpetual lightning. But I'm going to reserve the right to change, to actually answer that when 3.0 comes out, because I am really excited about that. A whole new species of enemy to fight. Alright, here we go.
Is that a camp over there? Diluc is camping out in the wild? Huh. This is weird. Maybe these enemies are really tough, and it's turned into a long, drawn-out battle. Let's go check it out. Huh. This tent doesn't look like it belongs to Diluc. Maybe it's an adventurer camp. Oh, there's a piece of paper and a notebook over there. Let's read them.
Dark Knight Hero. We are seeing a repeat of the phenomenon we encountered years ago. Although you fully resolved the issue last time, the ley lines seem to have been stimulated in some way and are releasing the monsters they recorded once more. I'm sure you'll want to deal with those that pose the biggest threat immediately. So I'm notifying essential individuals per the operating procedures.
Judging by the tone, it seems like this was written by someone Diluc knows well. Let's call him Diluc's friend for now.
Diluc's friend.
He saw something bad happen, wrote a note for Master Diluc, and then left. Huh. Isn't that pretty irresponsible? What if someone else had seen it? Also, he left his notebook behind. Now that Paimon thinks about it, you know that strange ley line deposit on the beach?
Paimon bets that's the phenomenon he was talking about.
Other than that, everything seems fine here. Not a monster in sight.
Just 2 cabbages.
Do you want to read Diluc's friend's notebook too? If not, let's head over and take a closer look at the ley line deposit.
Oh yes, it will definitely be interesting. So far, with all of the trailers they've released, they haven't said anything about scorpions, but I can live with that. If we're at least getting new wildlife. Because so far we have been dealing with the same wildlife over and over and over again, aside from the foxes that got added in Inazuma.
There are 2 notes here. Which one shall we start with?
The Dark Knight Hero's timing was perfect. The way he lured the monsters, a few at a time, into the open to defeat them one by one. Quite the strategy. And then he pretended to be seriously injured, luring out the Abyss Order's main forces, and then meeting them head-on. A truly magnificent counterattack. Still, this plan involved too many uncertainties. The Dark Knight hero himself even said that he can't afford to take risks like this every time. Getting to the root of the problem and preventing these types of ley line disorders from happening is the safest approach.
Paimon didn't follow all that. But it seemed to be about a previous battle Diluc was in. There are 2 notes here. Which one shall we start with?
Ley lines hold many secrets. We ordinary people do not need to concern ourselves with the way they work. But since the Dark Knight hero will be fighting against the Abyss Order for the long term, it is in our best interests to keep a deeper understanding of them. I heard that the captain of the Knights of Favonius investigation team is a highly accomplished academic, but unlike Lisa, he is not especially close with the acting Grand Master. We should be able to learn a few things from him without the Knights of Favonius finding out. Perhaps the Dark Knight hero could ask him for input on the technical issues regarding the ley lines. I will deliver the letter to his camp on the mountain.
Huh. Sounds like it was talking about Albedo. Did Diluc write a letter to Albedo?
Alright. On to the fight.
Whoa! Where did all these monsters come from? Wait a second. Is that Diluc? Huh. He looks kinda different than usual. Look at him go! So focused and full of energy! So this is Captain Pyro when he's in top form, huh?
It must be Diluc when he fought here in the past.
Hey, you're right! Now that Paimon looks more closely, this Diluc does look younger than usual. But what happened back then? Why is he fighting here? Guess we can just ask him about it when we see him. What should we do now?
We shouldn't act rashly.
Okay, let's see how young Diluc used to fight.
All right.
The fight is over. Diluc wiped the floor with them. Guess some things haven't changed. So is there any actual danger here? It looks like it's only these illusions from the past.
Diluc must have already been here.
So Diluc's already called it a day? Will more monsters come out if we go up to that weird ley line deposit again? And what about young Diluc? If it's like the other ley line deposits we've seen, then it should have disappeared now that all the monsters are defeated.
So young Diluc piques your interest.
No. Paimon's just a little worried is all. What if someone passing by gets curious, comes to check it out, then suddenly, yeah! A monster jumps out and clubs him over the head with a swoosh and a smash! That would be terrible.
Why the sound effects?
Because it sounds more dangerous that way. Anyway, we came here to help Diluc, didn't we? So let's stick around a little longer and make sure this place is completely safe before we head back.
You've got a strong sense of responsibility.
Not really. Paimon just wants some fancy grape juice. Come on, let's finish what we came for. When we get the grape juice, you can have some of Paimon's half.
Yes, Paimon's cape is animated with an entire star system is inside that cape. Alright, Hidden Strife. Character's elemental burst damage is increased by 50%. After using 6 elemental bursts, you will obtain After Image Might. Character's elemental burst is increased by 75%. And they will restore 3 energy every 2 seconds. You will encounter powerful opponents after obtaining After Image Might. On Perilous difficulty in Vicious Battle mode, you can obtain this form of After Imaged Might 20 seconds after the challenge starts. Give me a second. Alright. By completing a challenge on a higher difficulty setting, you can directly claim the rewards for each difficulty below it.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Boom! Wrap up with flame.
Gather.
There is no escape. Now you shall perish.
Alright.
Illusion shattered. As one with wind and cloud.
That's 4.
Motion to compel.
This is order.
That's 5.
Crumble.
Torn to oblivion.
After Might Image.
Shine down.
I will have order.
Invisible evidence.
Clouds high. The birds call. Wind strike. Now you shall perish.
What just happened? Next is the Dire Straits mode.
wind knows it.
Order guide you.
Yeah, I think I just pressed the button too quickly.
As one with wind and cloud.
Boom! Incinerate! Time for your arraignment!
Inazuma shines eternal. There is no escape.
I will have order.
Wind strike. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Here we go.
Time to go. Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered.
Order guide you. Right.
Breath of the flame!
As one with wind and cloud. Now you shall perish. Shine down.
This is order.
Boom! Time for your arraignment!
Clouds high. The birds come.
Quake.
Illusion shattered. Torn to oblivion.
Alright, that's one down.
I will have order.
Into the wind. Fallen leaves.
Welcome back, Keon.
Adorn my night.
Inadmissible evidence!
This is actually a
Inazuma
challenge.
shines eternal. Clouds high. The birds.
Incinerate!
Okay. Let's do that again.
One with nature.
Time for your arraignment! Now you shall perish!
This is order.
Wind strike. Fallen leaves. Adorn my. There is no escape. Inazuma shines eternal.
So just ignore the small fries when the big ones come out.
I will have order.
Alright, here we go.
As one with wind and cloud.
Boom!
Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered. Wind strike.
Order guide you.
Breath of the flame!
Fallen leaves. Adorn. There is no escape. Now you shall perish. Into the wind.
I will have order.
Incinerate! Time for your arraignment!
Clouds high. The birds. Torn to oblivion.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Illusion shattered.
This is order.
40 seconds.
Breath of the flame!
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. Now you shall perish.
Alright. I think I'm getting the hang of it now. On to the next batch. And there are so many. wait, the other 3 don't unlock for 18 hours, 1 day and 18 hours, and 2 days and 18 hours.
Motion to compel.
Solidify!
No.
Boom, boom. Time for your arraignment.
The wind knows me.
Motion to compel.
Into the wind.
Order guide you.
On no.
One with nature.
Incinerate!
I will have order.
Into the wind.
Motion to compel!
There we go.
Strife. Torn to oblivion.
Incinerate!
Now you shall perish.
Alright. And we should be good without having to heal.
The wind knows me. Time to go.
Breath of the flame!
As one with wind and cloud.
Oh, this is one way to make doing melt easy.
Gather. Order guide you.
Wind strider. Torn to oblivion.
Inadmissible evidence!
I will have order.
Thank you.
Rise.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my... Inazuma shines eternal.
Order guide you.
Now you shall perish. Shine down.
I will have order.
Almost there.
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds...
Breath of the flame!
There is no escape. Wind strider. Inazuma shines eternal.
20 seconds.
Shine down.
I can do it.
Order guide you.
There is no escape. Now you shall...
Alright. I need to heal first. Perfect.
Solidify.
Gotta love this tune. Ah.
Stabilize.
Oh, hang on a sec. Hang on, let me record this.
Solidify.
Alright. I actually got something good out of that.
Stabilize.
Alright. That turned out better than I thought. At least you guys got some entertainment out of that. And now we will be moving on to the next part. Blazing Thunder. We'll be fighting Whopper Flowers, Metaturals, Hydro and Pyro Slimes, and the Hydro Somaturl and the Animo Somaturl. Trigger electro-related reactions. Simple. Nah. Alright, just checking a few things. Because one of the downsides of this new setup is that I had to completely mute my computer, so you didn't get an even worse echo of the gameplay audio. So also I can't hear any other notifications. Better safe than sorry. Alright. Okay. Good news and bad news. Well, not sure if it's bad news. The good news is we are now up to 63 subscribers. The bad news is the widget hasn't updated. So, looks like I'll be working on that again. But the fact that it even made it to this point is a miracle. So let us continue. Blazing Thunder, Desperate.
Which means illusion shattered. Wind strike. Inazuma shines eternal. Torn to oblivion. Shine down.
As one with wind and cloud.
Now you shall perish. Shine down!
Alright. So, I noticed something in this so far. So you know how I hit multiple enemies with my characters and set off multiple elemental reactions at once, sometimes even different ones. For some reason, the game only counts one of them at a time in a second, say. So it doesn't count everything, which is kind of frustrating, but understandable considering how fast I'm moving.
Into the wind! Falling leaves, adorned, torn to oblivion! Illusion shattered!
I will have order.
Shine down! Inazuma shines eternal!
Here we go.
One with wind and cloud!
Invisible evidence!
Illusion shattered!
Order guide you.
3 down.
Torn to oblivion!
That's 12 of these guys.
There is no escape!
Motion to compel! Breath of the flame!
This is order.
Wind strike! Inazuma shines eternal! The wind knows. Clouds high. The birds...
I will have order.
Boom! Time for your arraignment!
Shine down! Now you shall perish!
9 more down.
One with nature. One with wind and cloud.
This is order.
Torn to oblivion.
Alrighty then. And we are going to take a short break. Till then, you know what you gotta do. Get up, stretch, get something to eat, drink, and I will see you in 7 minutes. And yes, a "will be right back" panel is the next thing I will be working on.
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory. All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging. Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever. All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging. Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
And we are back. Welcome back to the Sunset Archon channel, where we aspire to gain from night to first light, and we will now be continuing Genshin Impact version 2.8. And the first thing we are going to do is heal Raiden Shogun.
Gather.
We're not getting that same beat we got before, though. I'm glad I recorded it when I did. Who needs a statue of the seven? Alright. So, I do have an idea in the works involving this. I'm going to end up spending a lot of time here just randomly going in and out of between these two electro crystals with my shield on, of course. Sometimes without, just so I can get a different sound. I am going to record probably about 100 different audio files of this, and I am going to see if I can mix them together in order to create a video of C6 Zhongli playing Rage of the Mountains with a shield. Oh yes, we can't pick this up. Oh, you're talking about Kyo's noodles. Nothing wrong with cup noodles. Alright, we finished Blazing Thunder. The last one for the day is Scatter, Flaming Feathers. And we'll be fighting our favorite Fatuian treasure hoarders. All of which we can ragdoll. So, oh, even better. They want us to ragdoll them. Complete the challenge within 3 minutes, trigger swirl reactions 15 times, and defeat 2 powerful opponents. Let's get started.
Another test subject. Suffocate.
Clouds high.
The birds call.
Incinerate!
Illusion shattered.
The wind knows me.
I will have order.
Burn for me.
One with nature.
Inadmissible evidence!
Wind strike.
Order guide you. There's no end to this. Freeze.
The wind knows me.
Another test subject.
As one with wind and cloud.
Here we go.
To my hammer.
How about now?
Nature.
Now you shall perish. Shine down.
Time for your arraignment!
Into the wind.
This is order.
Torn to oblivion.
Alright. Here it is, the last one. Oh, you just used 2 to eat more? I know the feeling. I was actually thinking of having ramen for lunch once the stream's over.
Another test subject.
One with nature.
And somehow they were instantly affected by Electro. Yep.
Have a little taste.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
There is no escape.
Time to go. The wind knows me.
Incinerate! Breath of the flame!
One with nature. As one with wind and cloud. The wind knows me.
On terror.
One with nature. Boom! Now you shall perish.
I will have order.
The Electro Psychic Mage is a lot more of a pain to take out.
Invisible evidence! Over here!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Wind strike. Torn to oblivion.
Where'd she go? Where'd she go? Oh. Killed her. Okay.
Shine down.
One with wind and cloud.
Motion to compel!
The wind knows me.
Oh, wrong guy.
Punished! Incinerate!
Yeah, I'm not gonna make it.
Now you shall perish.
Order guide you.
No way am I gonna do this in 15 seconds.
Fallen leaves, adorn.
Motion to compel! Breath of the flame!
Torn to oblivion.
All right. So, gonna heal and try again.
Gather.
Oh, and before I forget, thank you, Daniel Soup, for becoming subscriber number 63. Alright, here we go. This challenge might actually force me to update Kazuha's artifacts finally.
Another time.
Into the wind.
Incinerate!
One with wind and cloud. One with nature.
Boom!
Clouds high. The birds call.
I can still see.
Time to go. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Wind strike. Time to go.
Invisible evidence!
Illusion shattered. Now you shall perish.
This is order.
Wind strike. Clouds high. The birds call. Torn to oblivion.
Yes.
Incinerate!
Come on, where are they? Where are they? There you are. Okay, 60 seconds is enough time.
Flame!
I will have order. As one with wind and cloud.
Boom! Out of my Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down!
Order guide you. Clouds high. The birds call. Wind strike.
Now you shall perish!
Alright, come on. 15 seconds.
Illusion shattered!
Fallen leaves. Adorn. This is order.
No. Yes! Victory! Alright. We have managed to complete all 4 active levels of Hidden Strife. And tomorrow we will be, for tomorrow's Genshin Impact stream, when we're doing it from the capture card, we will be doing Puissant Caliber. For now, I think it's time. Now would be a good time to show my latest discovery. You all know that I'm all about the crabs in this game, and that I have my own way of harvesting them.
Time to go.
Right, I'm not stealth right now. I need to switch to stealth. Alright. And now we're stealth. And we'll be going all the way over here.
Time to go. Wind strider.
This is it. This is the crab spawn location for Mondstadt. For me, you have Sayu in the team, so the crabs don't run as soon as you get close. Then, all you have to do is stand here, around, right here, pause the game, and wait. So now I have found one of these locations where crabs just spawn, even in mid-air, in Mondstadt, Liyue, and Inazuma. And I will be looking for the crab spawn location that is bound to be in Sumeru somewhere. So after about 10 or 15 minutes, you'll start to notice something weird as your screen is paused. You'll start to notice crabs floating in the mid-air. You might even see one actually spawn. Now the thing about this location is that it actually provided me with information I did not know, because the other 2 locations, the one in Inazuma, all the crabs spawn literally on dry land, on a beach. In the Liyue location, the first location I did this in, it spawned them partially on a beach strip in the Guyun Stone Forest, as well as in shallow water. But right here is by a lake, which actually goes which actually has water that's deeper than anything else in the other two areas. And sometimes the crabs will spawn directly over that water. And when it goes into the water, and if it's too deep in that water, it will automatically despawn. That is one of the few conditions I have found that would make a crab despawn from crab spawn. So yes, that is my discovery. They will both spawn from the air and also come popping up out of the ground. So just because you don't see any crabs here now doesn't mean some won't spawn instantly underground, because as soon as you unpause, the crabs in the air will fall and the crabs underground will start digging up. Oh yes, you'll learn all about the crabs in this world. Oh, we are talking about crabs now. Crab spawn. The glorious method I used to reach 9,999 crabs. I'm sure you've seen the video. No, not the video, the post in Discord. Alrighty. And in the amount of time that I spent explaining, we should at least have one crab that's about to show up. And there we go. We got two crabs right there. Proof that crab spawn exists. So crab spawn stretches from this point on the beach all the way this way. Right here. That's right, it goes into the grass. Stretches along that strip, but also goes forward. This is the furthest area I've ever found a crab from the beach. So yes, this one location provides me with a greater understanding of how crabs spawn in Genshin Impact. Truly amazing, wouldn't you say? So, we've got the southeastern, the east-southeastern coast of Cider Lake. This strip right here of Guyun Stone Forest. Hello, Minty! Good to see you. And finally, this nameless beach right here. Thankfully, there is quite literally a marker where the Inazuman crab spawn is. It's those 3 locations where you can just watch crabs spawn infinitely. This is the way to do it if you want to get plenty of crabs in your game. Honestly surprised it still works, but it's not hurting anyone, it's not hurting terms of service, and it's not so high up the list of crazy glitches that this game has seen that it would need to be patched. I'm sure the... Oh, another crab. I'm sure the veteran players, the veteran ones that started when this game launched, remember the ruin bush back when Klee was just coming out
Wherever in this
during
world I roam,
her first banner,
carry
people
memories
were
of my
using
home.
Klee inside one
blade.
of the Liyue ruins
It is the last
to
link I have to
basically
the land
drop
of my
fireball this bush perpetually. So it kept shaking the bush without destroying it. It kept doing that and doing that until a bunch of Matsutake, eggs, and lizards just kept spawning and spawning and spawning. And you were basically soft locked in that position until you teleported your way out to the nearest teleport point, then ran back over to that location to pick up everything. Granted, this was before the temporary waypoints and Sayu, so you had to go to a physical waypoint and then run back there, and also you had to catch all of those lizards as soon as they caught wind of you. They were just running around. That was some insane stuff. Now, that glitch broke it. So they actually had to patch that single bush in those ruins so no one could cheat the system again. Then they patched bushes entirely when someone figured out how to do the same thing as that other glitch, but with Barbara just hitting bushes with water in Mondstadt. Now that method doesn't work, so you have to keep cutting bushes, and then letting the bushes respawn, cutting bushes and cutting bushes. But this method doesn't really do any harm. It's not like I'm not exploiting a single bush. I am just standing on a rock, pausing, and waiting 30 minutes for 10 crabs to show up. Then I collect them, wait another 30 minutes, and if I have nothing to do for that day, I just do that for the whole day. I get about 100 crabs. And that is the glory of Crab Spawn. Location 3 in Mondstadt. And the best part is, to anyone that comes to watch the playback 1 hour and 30 minutes in, you now know that you can collect one of the most infuriating items to collect right out the bat as soon as you start the game. Think about that for a second. But yes, that includes the Crab Spawn segment. And I hope to see you next time when we finally find and document the Crab Spawn in Sumeru. Because from the looks of it, there will be coastal areas in Sumeru. So there will most definitely be crabs. Hopefully they don't just decide to patch that thing or think it's patchable or patch worthy when they finally update to 3.0. Alright. When will I farm frogs? That is a good question. I have been pondering that for a while now. How I would go about farming lizards and frogs. Because the whole reason I thought that crab spawn was actually possible was because during the Windbloom Festival I saw a lizard spawning in mid-air when I was about 100
Time
feet
to
in the
go.
air doing one of the mini games.
Into the wind.
So I think the same thing can be done with frogs, but I would actually have to find an appropriate location to do so. But in the first place, the frogs don't spawn
One with nature.
as copies. Kazuha doing 10,000. Yes. And this is not even Kazuha's full power yet. My artifact set is set the same as when I first got Kazuha, with 873 points towards defense. Imagine if all that went to elemental mastery, or attack, or crit rate. Right. No room for Matsutake. Alrighty. Now is a good time to, once again, go over the new overlay. As you can see, I also added some text to the side, the bottom left. Subscribe to the channel. Each sub is another step towards the version 3.0 farming stream for Genshin Impact. So, currently, I have 100 fragile resin. For each subscriber that we get before version 3.0 comes out, when it does, I will be using 1 fragile resin for each sub towards farming for the Sumeru artifacts and other items. And if we can make it over 100 subs, or at the time, how many subs equal to how many fragile resin I have, I will be using, for each sub above that, I'll be using 3 exotic share bundles. And I currently have 75 of them. So if to use them all, there would need to be 125 subscribers total on the channel. Finally, if we can make it above 125 subscribers, I will also be using 5, count that, 5 virtuous share bundles for each sub above that. And for the virtuous share bundles, which hold talent books, I would have 675. So let's see. To use 675, all 675 of them, so to use all of my resources for that, there would need to be a total of 260 subscribers on this channel. Yes, it is a little generous, but you have to remember, I have been stockpiling these from the beginning, knowing full well that they would be invaluable for Sumeru, because they actually... Hang on. Okay, so before version 2.0, the virtuous share bundles only held the talent books for Mondstadt and Liyue. But when version 2.0 started, they added the additional talent books for Inazuma to the virtuous share bundles. So, my theory is that they're going to do the same when Sumeru comes out, which will make those virtuous share bundles all the more valuable, which is why I've been stockpiling them. And I think that the exotic share bundles will carry the same property, in that when Sumeru is released, those exotic share bundles will allow me to have access to the second level of Ascension Crystal. Let's see. These. The green version of these. Granted, I won't be able to use them until I get at least 3 of these. The slivers. For whatever Dendro character I receive. Don't worry, all streams are recorded and saved to rewatch on this channel. So, total, I'll be able to get 75 of the Dendro Crystal Fragments. And then I can't, however many talent book virtuous share bundles I'm going to be using, I can actually divvy those up depending on which ones I require. So, remember, don't forget to subscribe. There is actually some benefits behind the subscription. Not just telling you to subscribe for future content. Alright.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
There we go. Total eclipse. And the sun is moving.
Time to go.
Oh, that's a good feature. So. Yes. So, I explained the details behind the event. The reward scale is at the bottom widget on the left. In the center, you will see the actual progress bar for all the subscribers. 1 star means that we'll just be doing fragile resin. 2 gold stars means we'll also be doing exotic share bundles. And finally, 3 stars means that we will be also using the virtuous share bundles. And for everyone who doesn't want to do all of that math, on the very right, you will actually see how many of each we'll be using for that upcoming 3.0 stream. Does anyone have any questions?
Into the wind.
Question. Have you reached the max amount of dishes and then tried to make a signature dish? Is it impossible to do signature dishes with normal dishes maxed? Yes, it is. Because the ability to create the special dishes is a probability function. So there's no guarantee that you'll make it. So it'll either be that or something else.
And I know just the tune to accompany them.
So there is no guarantee. Since there is no guarantee, the system will not let you make that dish. I have tried it. However, there are ways to go beyond the limit of 2,000 if on the off chance that a certain quest gives you food items. For example, chicken mushroom skewers. I do not remember which quest gave me these, but at the very least, I have it. But yeah. But yes, that actually is a question that I've had myself, one that I have tested, and not only does it not work, not only does it not allow you to make dishes in that case, but if you are close to the max of 2,000 dishes, and you try to make like a recovery dish with Jean, it will calculate the bonuses that you would get. And if the amount you make plus the bonuses is greater than what would be allowed in your inventory, it will not allow you to make it. So that is another limitation of the cooking system. But it is one that is only relevant if you're trying to reach the limit. So it's something that gets overlooked. So yes, I believe that is everything.
Time to go.
Yes, Genshin Impact, the art of cooking. And now for Minty's heart attack.
Time to go. Wind Strider.
Honestly, Minty, there are three instances where you show up in my stream. You either show up when I'm jumping off a cliff, when I'm talking about crabs, or when I'm using one of my shield healing methods. It's always one of those three. At least for the Genshin Impact streams. And it's always a pleasure to see you all. Alright. Not sure how much longer. Ritual for guaranteed 5-star Minty summon. Hear that, Minty? You're a 5-star now. A 5-star with amazing drop rates. Alright, no worries.
Time to go.
Now, I'm not sure how much longer this stream is going to last, but I want to let you all know that I am getting something in the mail today, and if it works, I will finally be able to stream the first Sly Cooper game. It's such a hassle to get that game down because... what the... Okay, I was looking for that. It's a hassle to play because I want to play it on the PS2, but whenever I put the PlayStation 2 through an HDMI converter, it gets so dark that you can't even see the screen right. And this is a game where you actually have to type numbers into safes. So if you can't see the safe, you are pretty much screwed. Now I also have that game as a part of the Sly collection for PlayStation 3, which plays perfectly in terms of picture, but the problem with that version of Sly 1 is once we get to the level 3 boss, there is this rhythm event part of the game, and it is virtually unplayable because the music is completely desynced with the choreography. So it's impossible to get the rhythm down to actually play it. It would just be a nightmare to play regularly, and it'll be even more so on stream. So I want to try to play the original PlayStation 2 game as much as I can. Which is why I am trying to get a dedicated PlayStation 2 HDMI converter for my PS2, and hopefully that fixes the darkening problem. So, that should be arriving today, and if it works, I will be streaming that later today, followed by more Paper Mario. But yeah, I immediately crossed this beach off of my list of potential crab spawn locations because, one, it's too big to efficiently farm, and two, even if it wasn't, they only sporadically spawn here. Just walking down this beach, I only found 2. So it's not really feasible to farm from here. Alright. Oh, right. So the last thing we're going to do first craft that. Then we're going to use 3 of our condensed resin to go around to the outcrops of wealth.
Welcome. How can I help you?
So we can get, I think, 360,000 Mora. And then we're going to use the rest of our resin, along with 3 crystal cores, to replenish the condensed resin we just used.
Solidify!
It's fine.
Gather!
Alright.
One with nature.
Motion to compel.
Into the wind.
Order guide you.
Excellent. No need to use statue healing.
Solidify!
Shine down! Torn to oblivion! Illusion shattered!
Oh, you'll be AR-58 soon? Oh, I've been at this... I've been around this point at AR 57 for about a year now. I just stopped caring. I have transcended all worldly desires of resin and commissions. At least until Sumeru comes out. I'm just doing all this for the Mora.
Crumble!
Time to go.
Stabilize!
No need for Zhongli healing this time.
Ba-boom! There is no escape!
Wind Strider. One with nature.
Shine down!
Alright. Thank you for stopping by, Minty. You have a good night. And with that, we have collected our 360,000 Mora. And now we're going to switch back to our stealth team.
Into the wind.
Yes, I got it. Alright, I managed to get all 4 of them. Normally these guys just fly away before you can actually hit them all. But Kazuha makes it all possible. Now we switch back for Zhongli.
Gather!
Gotta love that quick team shift. Ah, yes. I suppose one last thing we can do is fight all the bosses. Thank you. I hope I'll be able to stick around for more next time. I passed the sword. Yeah. I'm kind of starting to understand why that's the claymore is called Wolf's Gravestone. Ah, and thank you for the like. And now we fight Andreas, Dominator of Wolves.
Stabilize! I will have order!
Motion to compel. Inadmissible evidence.
Inazuma shines eternal!
Gather!
Your attacks fuel me.
Solidify!
Wow, I just recovered 1,183 HP from that hit.
Stabilize!
Illusion shattered!
There we go.
One with wind and cloud.
Incinerate.
Overloaded Andreas. Oh, wow. They finally fixed the ending howl for Andreas. Before it always cut off short and didn't just fade off properly. Well, I just realized that I was supposed to use the rest of my resin for converting it into condensed resin, but whatever. On to the next fight.
Motion to compel.
There we go.
Wind Strife.
Boom!
Order guide you. Rise!
Shine down! Now you shall perish!
Oh. Almost got hit by his head. Alright, that one was cutting it close a bit. And next, the usual bout with Child.
This opportunity is quite hard to come by. Well then, amuse me. Surrender is a valid option. I promise I'll be gentle.
Time for your
Not
arraignment.
bad, not bad. Not bad. You've got it.
There is no escape!
Stabilize!
Wind Strike price of a single
Motion
slit.
to
The price of a single slip, you said?
This is order.
Illusion shattered!
incinerate.
Inazuma shines eternal!
Some you win, and some you lose.
Alright, no prototypes this time. But still went pretty well. Alright, and now we are up to 102.
I wonder.
Fragile
when I
resin.
Finally make.
Alright. Just one more thing to do before we end the stream.
Taking a stroll in the middle of a downpour certainly rouses the spirit.
But it's best to dry your clothes as soon as possible after the rain stops.
Buy from Hopkins the Marvelous. We are 1 week away from having 100 bottles of holy water. And we now have 7,600 foul. Marvelous. Granted, a lot of my original supply of foul got used up on Sweet Madame's. Had I not used it like that, I might have already gotten 9,999 foul and raw meat. Alright. Nope.
Time to go.
Oh wow, Carrot rarely ever comes out of there. You know, we see these horse speeds untouched a lot. They have a lot of supplies like carriages, but we haven't seen a single horse. It's all
Clear weather
been
all around brightens the heart.
It's pretty much been all
Time to go.
slime balloon transportation. Alright, unfortunately, because it was just raining, there is no crystal fly here. But there are eggs and Philanimo mushrooms. And here's the location of several of the frogs mentioned earlier, but I'm not sure if those are timer spawned, as in 24 hours, or spawned based on a shorter time span. Alright, and that is the end of the road. that is all for today's stream. Thank you so much to everyone that came to watch the stream, and those who come to watch the playback later. And if you haven't subscribed and want to see the version 3.0 Farming Marathon, please be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can see everything leading up to it. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time
Wherever in this
for
world
Genshin
I roam,
Impact version
I carry
2.8
memories of my
and
home.
beyond.
This blade. It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.